In this video, we're going to talk about Blender sculpting. I think personally this is one of the coolest things they added in Blender 2.8, and I play with this thing constantly. So I'm just going to give you a quick introduction to how to sculpt using the Blender Sculpt mode. Now, first thing you're going to do is in the opening, when you open Blender, it's going to ask you for a sculpting thing. So you click sculpting. And then, now for some strange reason, I don't know why, Blender likes to, it sets its center way over here on the left hand side. So what I like to do, the very first thing I like to do is draw some kind of marker and then center my character's face. So we're going to make a face today. So I'm going to start with something like a nose. So I'm going to start with what's called the draw tool. Now the draw tool, just what you saw there, it makes a simple line like that. Okay, so a nose is quite easy. You just draw down the line, and then I'm actually going to hold and just pull out a little bit aside. And there we go. And then you can modify as you want. That's the beautiful thing about this program. You can change things as need be. Next thing I'm going to do is maybe add some eyebrows as markers. They're not going to be true eyebrows. You're going to manipulate those later. But they're just going to be markers to kind of show where your eyes are going to go. So here's my eyebrows. And then now in Blender controls, you click to do something, right? I'll click to use the draw tool. Now if I want to reverse it, so if I hold control, I can actually reverse the action of that tool. So for example, the draw tool fills a line. Well, if I want to do the opposite of that and push things in, I hold control and I can use the draw tool to carve into my character. So for example, I'm going to carve some eyes in, which we're going to fill in a minute. So there's the clay tool, roughs things up. Clay strips it makes strips. Layer, you can see what layer does, just kind of boom. Okay, very similar to draw tool. But the next one I'm going to use inflate. So I like how inflate smoothly brings up the mesh. So we're going to inflate some eyeballs in my character. Okay, they don't have to be perfect. That's the beautiful thing. We don't have to do anything perfect. I've got something there. That's all we need. And now I'm going to move down. There's also the blob tool, which is good for inflating too, but I find it makes too harsh of a blob. And then crease. So we're going to use the crease. And the crease is great for mouths because I can just quickly make my guy kind of smiley. Okay. So if I want to change certain things about the tool, let's say I wanted to make a bigger line because I didn't like the size of this line for draw, I can actually go up here to the radius and it changes the radius. So if I want to do bigger marks, I can do that. The strength of the tool is also useful, especially when you're using the smooth tool. It's really nice sometimes to just up the strength to make it work a little bit quicker. So now, if I want to make this humanoid, I'm going to show you a tool that really is helpful in making a humanoid face, and that's the flatten tool, because humans' faces aren't round. So I'm going to quickly crank the radius up, and I'm going to smash this guy's face in. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. So there we go. We're getting the start of going here. And then, well, his back of his head's too big, so we're going to carve that down using the flatten tool. Yeah, we're starting to get a human skullish kind of thing going here. Flatten, 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 flatten. Again, I'm not working for perfection. We're just going till it looks somewhat decent-ish. Kind of got a ghost look going on right here. Okay, then I'm going to go underneath, flatten underneath. The carve tool works very well for this too. I just found for the smushing the sides, the flatten tool works better. So over here we've got the carve scrape tool. Sorry, not carve, scrape. And you can scrape things pretty good. I'm just clicking and holding, and literally I'm not doing anything super fancy. Okay, and then I'm going to start carving his face. So you can do all sorts of cool stuff with the face tool, with these tools. This is just sort of an introduction to get you interested, to get you playing. And that's kind of where I like to get people going, is you can play. And where playing is where you get the really interesting tools. So we can go down here, and let's say I wanted to give my guy I don't know, weird, crazy, spiky eyebrows. So I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to grab the snake hook, which is so much fun. So I grab the corner of his eyebrows and just he's got some kind of horns. Why? Because I feel like it. Okay, and maybe I'll pull the ears out a little bit. I don't know. Maybe give him some weird elfy type ears. Okay, so I've got some ears, I've got some eyebrows. I got all sorts of cool toys to play with you. There's nudge, rotate. I mean, take the time, play with it, try it out. You won't be disappointed. Have some fun.